Hi, today I would like to talk a little bit more about the Roland TR8 and especially about the scale function. And there's something you definitely need to know about when working with the TR8, especially when you're working with it in combination with other MIDI devices that you might want to sync up to the TR8 or vice versa. And as I said, when you're looking at the scales in the TR8, the basic 4/4 measure scale with 16 steps is the third one right here. And you can also see when you're switching over to an empty part, you can see where these highlighted steps are, and that's where you count the beat. When you count 1, 2, 3, 4. And 16 steps is always a 4/4 measure scale. Now when you're switching scales and when you have a look at the very first scale at the top, that's a triplet scale. This is the 8th triplets notes, and you have a different highlighted step keys here. You have 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and then it should only last till 12 because that's where the triplet scale usually repeats itself, and that's full measure. That's usually the bar ends at 12, and that's something that's a bit irritating about the TR8 because the TR8 doesn't cut down the length of the measure according to the scale that you're choosing. And this way you're not limited to only using 12 steps on a triplet scale, which is the normal setting for a triplet scale, but you can extend sort of to 4 more steps, and that's the default, and that's something that you should really know about, that when you want to program triplet scales you should always cut down the length of the bar to 12 steps. And just to demonstrate that really quick, what I mean why this should have a 12-step setting, I will show you a little beat that I've programmed on a 4/4 measure scale. And now you can see the relation between the scales and also the tempo. When I switch this over to a triplet scale, and now I change the tempo to 120. I get the exact same result that I have using 16 steps that I have when I'm on the 4/4 scale. Once again, now switching. Alright, it's the exact same thing, though I'm using different scales. So, whenever you want to have the same tempo, if this was recorded like a triplet scale using only 12 steps, I would always have to use a different tempo setting. In this case, 120 BPM matches 90 BPM on the 4/4 measure. And if you look at this mathematically, 120, that's like, I mean, 1 minute has 60 seconds, right? So a BPM setting for 1 minute would be 60 BPM. Okay, but now when you're using only 12 steps in a triplet scale bar, then of course you need a higher tempo in order to come up to the same value BPM wise. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. But okay, that's the connection between scales and the last step function that you should also always keep in mind when you want to program regular triplet scale beats. All right, I hope I explained this okay. If I didn't, please let me know and ask me your questions. But I just wanted to point that out. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.